Namaskar and a very good evening to the amazing audience present in this live show. As promised, we are back again with another mesmerizing episode of the IFW Show. So, we always aspire someday to be a leader. We always dream that we should lead a team of dynamic individuals or maybe be a role model someday. So, in today's IFW show, we'll be talking about leadership lessons that how to build a long term and powerful team. So, if you are a fresh graduate or a business owner or a working professional, or if you know someone who is among these categories, प्लीज कॉल देम क्विकली एंड ऐड देम टू द लाइव शो बिकॉज फायदा सबका ही होना चाहिए। तो आज का सेशन बहुत ही पावर पैक और बहुत ही मजेदार होने वाला है बिकॉज हमारे स्पीकर बहुत 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 ही ज्यादा बेहतरीन लेके आए हैं हम। और आज के शो में आप जानेंगे, देखिए हम ये बिलीव करते हैं कि लीडर्स आर नॉट ओनली दोज पीपल हु आर यू माइट से स्टीव जॉब्स, एलन मस्क or Mr. Narendra Modi. We believe that leadership starts at the middle management where they teach people or they make the work done. So basically वही बात होती है। आज हम बात करेंगे कि आपको क्या एक्चुअली होमवर्क करके आना चाहिए आपके वर्क स्टेशन पे आने से पहले, सो दैट आप काम को इफेक्टिवली करवा सकें। आप छोटी छोटी लीडरशिप की क्वालिटीज को जानेंगे। एंड आपने वो तो सुना ही होगा कि अ लीडर इज द वन हु नोज द वे, गोज द वे एंड शोज द वे। बट आज हम कुछ डिफरेंट बात करेंगे, कुछ नए फंडे आजमाएंगे और देखेंगे कि कैसे हम अपनी लीडरशिप क्वालिटीज को बेटर कर सकते हैं। आई एम श्योर हमारी ऑडियंस में बहुत बहुत ग्रेट लीडर्स बैठे हुए हैं, बट टुडे विल बी टॉकिंग अबाउट हाउ कैन यू बिकम अ बेटर लीडर। सो इफ यू आर juggling and struggling with how to manage a team, this is the perfect session for you. So we are ready for a power pack 45-minute session. So चलिए इसी बात पे शुरू करते हैं। वेलकम एवरीवन, वेलकम। सो आप जैसे मैंने आपको वापस बोला कि आज का सेशन बहुत ही ज्यादा बेहतरीन होने वाला है। अगर आपके कुछ फ्रेंड्स हैं जिनको आप जानते हैं हु वांट टू बी अ लीडर, हु वांट टू लर्न द लीडरशिप स्किल्स, हु आर स्ट्रगलिंग टू कीप देयर टीम, हु आर स्ट्रगलिंग टू कीप अ लॉन्ग टर्म एंड हाई परफॉर्मिंग टीम, शेयर, क्लिक ऑन द शेयर लिंक, उनको बुलाइए क्योंकि आज का सेशन में बहुत मजा आने वाला है, बहुत सारी नई नई चीजें सीखने वाले हैं। मैं कुछ आपको आज की स्पीकर के बारे में बताना चाहूंगा। शी इज अ ट्रेनर, शी इज अ काउंसलर एंड शी इज अ वेरी वेरी डायनेमिक पर्सनैलिटी। सो ज्यादा टाइम वेट नहीं कराते हैं आपको, एंड लेट मी इनवाइट अ गेस्ट स्पीकर डॉक्टर मनीषा अग्रवाल। वी वेलकम यू
Hello,
मैम टू
good
द
evening,
लाइव शो।
everyone. Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening
Thank you,
ma'am, it's
Naman.
an honor that you have accepted our invitation.
Same. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my experience and knowledge with such a good audience, which you have already at IFW platform.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Let me tell our audience that Dr. Manisha Agarwal has 16 years of rich experience as an academician. She has also 14 years of rich experience as a corporate trainer, and she is a very, very dynamic personality, giving counseling to great companies, naming a few: Hindustan Zinc, all the cement companies ranging from आदित्य बिरला टू वंडर सीमेंट एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा। अगर आज मैं उस लिस्ट पूरी आपको इनकी क्लाइंट की लिस्ट बताने लग जाऊं तो आज की पूरी रात ऐसे निकल जाएगी। सो यू मस्ट हैव अंडरस्टूड दैट हाउ डायनेमिक पर्सनालिटी शी इज, एंड इट्स एब्सोल्युटली अ प्रिविलेज टू हैव यू ऑन द शो मैम।
Thank you, Naman. Same for me also. It's really good to
Perfect.
be with your show.
Great, great, perfect. So, ma'am, seeing from your qualification that you are a PhD, has rich year of experience, 16 years of experience as an academician. So, why did you want to enter into a corporate field? You're doing really great. So, why did you basically enter into corporate field? If you can let us know, please.
Okay, good that you asked me such a nice question. Actually, you're actually unfolding my true story of life. I was well settled in my academics. I was teaching in government college and was really happy with it. But one thing I found with the students, no matter how much practically I was preparing my sessions, but students were not able to relate. what I was teaching them. I was teaching organizational behavior, business administration, but students were not able to relate. And I was not able to see that spark in their eyes because they never had that experience for whatever I was teaching them. So the first thing I decided is ki, that I'm not earning for my bread and butter. I should enjoy. When I am putting such an effort, the delivery, the service which I am trying to give to the students, they are not able to relate. So I decided to have an audience who really need my subject. And that is
Correct.
how I just got associated with TV Raw Learning Systems. People in the HR fraternity knows that he's the father of HRD in India. So I got associated with them and learned a lot of HR practical approach courses with them, did courses, then started working there with their company called TV RLS Learning Systems. And from there, actually, I picked a lot of courses, and eventually I got an opportunity to work with Hindustan Zinc. And this was my first experience that whatever energy I'm putting to my homework, actually people are able to resonate with it. They are getting something from them, from me. And at the end of the day, 6 o'clock, I could see a lot of light in their eyes and feel that yes, what I gave them, actually they needed it. So that used to be not exhausting session, but the most overwhelming session, that yes, there was a real exchange, needed exchange between me and my participants. And from there I started working hard for this. And eventually I met my business partner who was also working for Hindustan Zinc, and we got associated. His name is Mr. Vinod Verma. He's from Harvard Business School. He's an ex sale person, ex work hard person. And then I learned the most practical approach from him, from theory to most practical way, that how actually people at their workstation need to understand the concept of leadership, so that down the line people work for them.
Oh, that's fantastic, ma'am. That's fantastic, and I'm sure your journey is an inspiration to a lot of people who want to enter your field. And our audience would also would like to know about your firm, what exactly your firm does. And we have seen a lot of pictures, a lot of activities, and we have heard about your clients. So I'm sure our audience would like to know something about your firm, about Manwin Consulting. Please, we'd be honored.
Yes. Manwin Consulting is three cities based, working on pan India basis. It's a company which are having offices in Delhi, Mumbai, and Udaipur. But actually, we are working on pan India basis. And the basic objective of Manwin Consulting is providing and services where we are helping people to enhance their competencies, so that
And that
if they are doing X amount of work, they are doing X amount of work in same time and energy, so how they can do X plus 1, X plus 2. That is the most important thing
that's
which we are
fantastic.
delivering in
Dr. Manisha, just would like to request that I think there might be some technical issues. So I would request you to kindly leave the studio and join back so that the blur image goes and our audience would be able to enjoy the entire session in a much clear way. Meanwhile, Dr. Manisha is joining back. I would like all of you to know that today we'll be talking about leadership skills. We'll be also talking about how to improve relationship with your team members because this is very much important. Because क्या होता है कि मैंने कहीं सुना है कि अगर आपको आगे जाना है आपको आगे जाना है तो आप तेज जाइए बट अगर आपको दूर तक जाना है तो आपको सबको साथ लेके चलना चाहिए सो दैट्स व्हाई टीम इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट दैट्स व्हाई मिडिल लेवल मैनेजमेंट इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट एंड योर होमवर्क इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज इफ योर होमवर्क इज नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट अगर आप होमवर्क नहीं करके आएंगे तो आपको नहीं पता है कि आपको टीम को क्या देना है क्या करना है सो दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट सो आज के सेशन में हम ये सारी बातें करेंगे एंड डॉक्टर मनीषा इज बैक विद अस थैंक यू सो मच मनीषा मैम नाउ एवरीथिंग इज परफेक्ट
Okay.
So starting with the session, I my first question to you, like जो सब जानते हैं but फिर भी सब नहीं जानते हैं, that what exactly is leadership? Is leadership being an inspiration to someone? या सिर्फ orders देना होता है? Is it only a title, an authority? What exactly is leadership?
Everything is leadership, what you said, Naman. But in today's perspective, what we are discussing leadership is something getting the work done from your people, from your team members, getting the task, projects done from your team members. How smoothly this can be. What kind of actions or what kind of homework you as a person in whatever position you are, be it general manager, be it manager, be it a business owner, what actions you should take so the people work for you. So there must be a very practical approach, very practical framework which can guide you that what is your role when you have to get your team work for you.
Great, great, fantastic, ma'am. And people often think that there could be some practical frameworks for leadership. Is it true that some practical frameworks are required for leadership, or is it only theoretical? So there is always a confusion. Like whenever I talk to my subordinates or my colleagues, my colleague managers, so we always have this tussle with us. So if you could help us with regard to that, that'll be great.
Oh, wonderful. I will definitely. Um, I hope my slides are visible to you, all of everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, first we need to understand that what do we want to become? We want to become an effective boss or an effective leader. Let me make you understand through this concept. The first thing is that एक इंसान जब आपके पास काम करने के लिए आता है और मन क्या करता है आपका मन बोलता है कि मैं इसको काम बता दूं और ये काम कर ले मान लीजिए भगवान ने कोई एक इंसान ऐसा बना दिया कि जो आपने कहा और उसने बिना सवाल पूछे यस सर कह के आपका सारा किया लेकिन वहीं person like me, Manisha Agarwal, when you give me work, I'm going to ask 1,000 questions. मैं पूछूंगी कितनी देर में ये काम पूरा करना है instructions how to do it. I require more detail to finish this work. बताइएगा आपको दोनों पर्सन्स में से जो इंसान आपके पास काम करने आया एंड मी मनीषा अग्रवाल which person would you like to keep with you? कौन सा suitable लगेगा आपको? Naman, I want to ask you.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, basically,
I want to know from
we
you.
so basically, ma'am, इसके अंदर क्या होता है कि we need someone who can understand us. We need someone जो कि हमारे साथ रह के काम करेगा, जो कि because they are the expert in that. We don't need someone कि जिसने बस बोल दिया कि ये काम करना है, but हमें पता ही नहीं. We don't know the know-how. We
बट
don't
दिल
know
की इच्छा
what
क्या होती
exactly.
है नमन दिल की इच्छा क्या होती है मैंने इसको अपने जूनियर को या अपने टीम मेंबर को काम बताया और वो चुपचाप जाके कर दे
Mm-hmm.
मोस्ट ऑफ द people who are into senior positions they don't want that उनको कोई इतने सवाल पूछने वाला इंसान मिले now what impressions leader get that the person really don't want to work that is why he or she is actually asking so many questions हमें बेसिकली चाहिए क्या एक मिट्टी का माधो जो हमारी बात सुने और वैसे इंस्ट्रक्शन सुने और वैसा का वैसा करके आए यस और नो
Yes.
जब तक हम इस बात को रियली एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेंगे हम एक्चुअली इफेक्टिव लीडर नहीं बन सकते सो लेट मी एक्सप्लेन यू व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन अ बॉस एंड अ लीडर
Mm-hmm.
बॉस ना वर्ड आया है माफिया वर्ल्ड से इन माफिया वर्ल्ड ना
Yes.
देर इज ओनली वन रूल दे से गो एंड डू इट नो अदर थिंग बोल दिया जाके करो बट अगर एक लीडर है वो आपको काम सिखाएगा वो आपको बताएगा, आपकी गलतियों को बहुत पेशेंटली हैंडल करेगा और वो ये देखेगा कि आप काम को अच्छे से सीखें ताकि आप अगली बार गलती ना करें. For becoming boss, you actually need only two abilities. What are these abilities? क्योंकि हम सब अभी तक सब बॉसिज्म पे ही काम करते हैं. बॉसिज्म दुनिया में बहुत अच्छे से चल रहा है. अगर बॉसिज्म आपका चल रहा है, लोग आपको खुदा मान के आपका काम कर रहे हैं, वेल इट इज वेरी गुड. बट इन लॉन्ग टर्म्स, if you feel there is a need of leadership where you are able to develop your people so that even if you are not present, people are really able to work, manage things on their own, that is something leadership. For bossism na, you need only two things. First thing is chasing. काम बता दो, सामने वाले को एक बार समझाओ, उसको समझ आया या नहीं आया, लेकिन वो आपको यस सर करके गया, और फिर बाद में क्या करेंगे हम उसे चेज करते रहेंगे, काम हुआ कि नहीं, काम हुआ कि नहीं.
बिल्कुल मैम.
और जो चेजिंग नहीं करता है उसे कहते हैं कि यार तुम कैसे बंदे हो, तुम अपने जूनियर से पूछ ही नहीं रहे हो, अभी तक हुआ ही नहीं है. जब तक पूछोगे नहीं वो करेगा नहीं. सो यू
बिल्कुल.
हैव एक्चुअली बिकम बॉस. The next thing, next quality which actually you need as a boss is jugaad. You know, it needs lot of creativity. अब actually काम पूरा हुआ नहीं है, किसी तरह से उल्टा सीधा करके दे दिया,
हाँ.
समला दिया बॉस को, उसने ले लिया आपसे काम. Sometimes even if the work is not done, so next jugaad what you have to do is क्रिएट अ स्मार्ट एक्सक्यूज, क्योंकि पिछला वाला एक्सक्यूज बॉस को नहीं चलेगा. सो इफ यू वांट टू बी जुगाड़ू, at times people are, it really has lot of creativity, but your growth as a person, your growth in your organization will become stagnant with chasing and jugaad. You really need to be a leader so that the people down the line work for you. That is the whole thing. Now, to understand leadership, there are lot and lots of things. I hope you can read some points, Naman.
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. And also, with regards, just looking at the heading. So often we hear a question that there are various set of qualities or skills required, and I'm sure all the qualities are already mentioned. But I just personally want to know that so people always expect managers to be trustworthy. They should be good communicator also. They should be good at I would say making presentations or various other skills. So is it actually possible for a manager to be one कि मतलब एक के अंदर ही सब कुछ भर दिया एक पिटारे के अंदर? Is it actually possible or it's just a myth?
See, see, I have a list for you. You can see it's a big list.
Yeah.
These are all the qualities which are expected to work professionally as a leader. But do you think people can have all these things, all the qualities, skills?
So
It's
that so
really
that's what I was
impossible.
wondering
We
that
are actually,
maybe
if we think people have all these things, we are actually looking for a superman, not a man. Okay, so this is, the list is long and I think it is endless. I have just tried to recollect few from other programs. Now, understanding the concept which I want to share, I am talking that the leadership is like a tripod, standing on a tripod. So, where my first aspect, first leg of this tripod is quality. Now, there are n number of qualities which are talking up here in this slide I'm talking to you. So he should be ambitious, he should be stable, he should have lot of energy, he should be humble, hardworking. क्वालिटी, जैसे हम हिंदी में कहते हैं गुण, अक्सर लोग कहते हैं उसमें पैदाइशी गुण है, क्वालिटीज, ट्रेट्स, द सिनोनिमस ट्रेट्स. सो are we looking these there is one set of qualities which actually people try to find in some leader. Okay,
Mhm.
differently या तो क्वालिटी होती है लोगों में, मेरे प्रैक्टिकल फ्रेमवर्क, दिस व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस प्रैक्टिकल फ्रेमवर्क, इट इज नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट दैट यू हैव दीज क्वालिटीज और नॉट, बिकॉज हम बचपन से ना, व्हेन वी वर इन स्कूल्स, नमन, वी आर ऑलवेज लिसनिंग वन टॉपिक ऑफ डिबेट, लीडर्स आर born or leaders are made,
Definitely, yeah.
right? बट इन द काइंड ऑफ सिनेरियो वी आर, क्वालिटीज हैं तो ठीक है, लेकिन उनको नए सिरे से डेवलप करना, इट्स रियली वेरी डिफिकल्ट। हो जाए तो
Mhm.
हो जाए। हमारे
Mhm.
सिस्टम में क्वालिटीज को डेवलप करना, से फॉर एग्जाम्पल, लेट्स टेक वन एग्जाम्पल, डिसिप्लिन। आर्मी में इंसान को डिसिप्लिन सिखाया जाता है और उसको एक डिसिप्लिन एनवायरमेंट में भी रखा जाता है, लेकिन आज
Mhm.
अगर हम एक डिसिप्लिन का ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम अटेंड करते हैं, लेकिन वापस अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जिसमें शायद इतना डिसिप्लिन नहीं है वहां के काम करते हैं, तो हम वो सारी चीजें भूल जाते हैं, बिकॉज वी डोंट गेट द एनवायरमेंट ऑफ दैट क्वालिटी। ओके,
Mhm.
सो क्वालिटीज, जो गुण हम हिंदी में कहते हैं, गुण है तो ठीक है, नहीं है तो उन्हें नए सिरे से डेवलप करना रियली इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट। अब से फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अ पर्सन, उसे बात बात में गुस्सा आता है, अब आप उसे सिखाइए, भैया बी काम कूल एंड कंपोज लाइक मिस्टर धोनी, MS धोनी। हो सकता है आपने उसे बहुत सिखाया, वन ऑफ द क्वालिटीज टू बी पेशेंट, नॉट टू बी एंग्री ऑल द टाइम, मे बी ही इज पेशेंट in front of his boss, but when he comes to his juniors and he's sitting with juniors, chances are high that again he will burst with anger. So there is one factor which is quality. Now, in this whole thing, there is another set of factor which is called job knowledge or technical knowledge.
Mhm.
1960s and 70s में क्वालिटीज पे बहुत, 1960s एंड 70s से पहले क्वालिटी पे बहुत फोकस था, बट स्लोली पीपल रियलाइज्ड कि इवन इफ द पर्सन इज नॉट हैविंग दैट सॉर्ट ऑफ क्वालिटी, still he is able to establish his leadership. So people thought it's not important to have all the qualities. Now the next thing is job knowledge or the technical knowledge which people have to for that particular work. Let me take an example. अब जॉब नॉलेज से लीडरशिप स्टैब्लिश होती है, बट इट इज अगेन टेम्पररी। हाउ? से फॉर एग्जाम्पल, नमन, आप रास्ते पे जा रहे हैं सड़क पे एंड यू सी देयर इज एन एक्सीडेंट, एक पर्सन जो सड़क पे पड़ा हुआ है, और हमारे इंडिया में अक्सर क्या होता है, जब एक पर्सन का एक्सीडेंट होता है तो उसके आसपास क्या मिलता है आपको?
काफी काफी सारे लोग बाग होते हैं, जैसे एक्सीडेंट
लोग,
होता है
तो
कल तो
भीड़
लोग बाग
मिलती है। और आजकल तो क्या होता है, लोग फेसबुक उस पे उसका फोटो खींचेंगे, उसका वीडियो बनाएंगे, दे विल स्टार्ट पोस्टिंग इन देयर ग्रुप्स, सो लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स आर देयर, लेकिन नोबडी इज रेडी टू टेक एक्शन। एंड मान लीजिए
या
इसी सिचुएशन में एक पर्सन आता है, और वो पर्सन, उसने व्हाइट कोट पहना हुआ है, उसके गले में स्टेथोस्कोप है, एंड नाउ दैट पर्सन स्टार्ट गिविंग इंस्ट्रक्शंस, ये करो, वो करो, ये लेकर आओ, वो लेके आओ, ये मत करो, दूर हटो। नाउ व्हाट द पीपल आर गोइंग टू डू? They will start following his or her instructions. Why?
डेफिनेटली।
Because at that particular point of time, his expertise was required, which he had. So he is able to establish his leadership. So this is called job knowledge leadership. Okay. But again, people with me, I want to tell one more danger to this. Job knowledge leadership established to ho jati hai. But is that true that a engineer, a very good engineer, can also become an effective project manager, or a stenographer, a very efficient stenographer, can always become the most effective office manager? Not
आई
necessary.
डोंट ऑलवेज पॉसिबल।
Not necessary. Why? Because job knowledge is necessary, but it is not adequate to become a leader. It is not the final verdict to become a leader. There is something more required than job knowledge. Now we come to the most wonderful, fantastic approach, that is actions. See, I have a lot of actions like planning, decision making, communication, delegation. Now, this approach, which I am talking now onwards, it's an approach through which actually a person can do their homework and establish their leadership. Actions means skills, skills with which you will take actions, and with actions, you will be able to get the results. See, the most important thing here is कि no matter whether it is MS Dhoni or no matter it is Virat Kohli, actually they both are taking right actions to achieve results.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about that. We both know what these two personalities are.
Mm-hmm.
Actions going, I repeat, Naman, actions going in right direction will give results. Both
Definitely,
are working.
definitely.
So, which actions? Which actions we are focusing? We are focusing on the person to become a planner, to become a strategy maker, to become a listener, to become a communicator, to become a decision taker, to monitor the results, set challenging goals for people, become a problem solver, influencer, and so on. You can read.
Yeah.
So, see,
I have a question over here, ma'am, if you allow.
ha, please.
Yeah. So, ma'am, basically, we always hear that qualification always acts as a barrier to people who wants to be a leader. So, do you think qualification plays a major role? Like basic, I'm not talking about basic qualifications, but do you need like MBAs, PhDs, double MBAs to sit on a leadership role? They might be competent enough, but I don't know if it's only in our country that they are not given a chance to go forward if they are not qualified, though they have all the skills which you talked about.
See, for me, Naman, knowledge is important. Knowledge actually helps you to understand the subject, the topic, the area in which you are working. But
Mhm.
finally, your actions will prove your leadership. Knowledge will not prove your leadership. So, if you are a doctor, you know how to do surgery. But if you are not going to do the surgery, if you are not going to take the action, definitely the patient will die.
Yeah.
So, knowledge is one basket, but the most actionable, which will give results, which will prove your leadership, is actually the actions which you are going to take. How you execute that work, that is
Mm-hmm.
more important. How you take actions, that is more important. Actions which are helping in organization, in all the professional organizations, actions which are helping to reduce cost, get the work done on timely basis, and cost effective basis. That's the most important thing people in all the organizations are looking for, be it manufacturing, be it service industry.
Okay, great, perfect.
Okay, so moving to next point. Now, why there should be a leader, why there is a need of leader? Naman, can you tell me जरूरत क्या है लीडर की?
So, मैम बेसिकली अकॉर्डिंग टू माय अंडरस्टैंड एक लीडर वही है जो जो काम करा दे. बेसिकली अगर मेरे को कोई काम दिया है या मेरी फर्म को कोई काम दिया है, सो एज अ लीडर आई वांट कि वो काम पूरा हो जाना चाहिए.
Okay,
So
so to
get the
achieve
work done.
task, huh, I'll put it in some different words. Thank you for answering this. Leader is there to achieve task. Okay, if task is not achieved, nobody is going to take you as a leader. Now, my next question is that leader can do the task himself, or what he
So
needs?
I don't believe that everything can be done like we already discussed कि एक ही इंसान के अंदर सारी qualities नहीं हो सकता है. So we always need a team. I personally believe that I always need my team for
Yes.
all the tasks.
So we need to have a team. We need to build team. Now, what the team comprises of?
For
What
me,
makes team?
for me, individuals, dynamic individuals who are ready to give in their sweat to my work.
So constantly and continuously, you have to develop individuals in the team. So there are three circles which you can see. achieve task, build team, and develop individuals. So these are three circles where actually a leader should focus most of the time. Leader should focus most of the time. Now, I just want to know from you, do you think there is some kind of relation within circle or they are independent to each other?
So I
Actually,
think
very rare. Yeah,
yeah, they
Naman.
should be interdependent because like one cannot work without other. Like the team
Yes.
will comprise of individuals. The individuals are working or the team is working together to achieve a particular kind of task. So they are obviously interconnected.
Right. So we have a leader. Leader has to achieve the task. He has to achieve the task. He has to build a team. And to build the team, the team comprises of individuals. Now,
Mhm.
there is an interdependence and overlapping on the circle. Say, for example, if one of the team members is not competent enough to do that particular task, will the task be achieved? No. In
Yeah.
case the team members are fighting, they have lot of contradiction in the job roles. Will the task be achieved?
No.
No. If the task is not achieved, how will be the morale of people who are in the
Low.
team? Very
Right.
low. So actually, these three circles are highly independent, interdependent on each other, and perhaps this diagram represents the whole thing in the much better way. Now, my question to you again: is the leader member of this team?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, if leader is a member of this team, actually leader का भी तो कोई leader होगा ना, तो leader is the member of his own leaders team or he is a member of this team.
So I would say it can be a mix where he is a part of his leader's team also and this team also because ये जो the subordinates also cannot work without leader's direction and even the leader cannot work without the directions from his leaders. So I think it's a chain which is interconnected.
Now this is the point. Thank you, Naman, for answering this way. Actually, leader is not the member of this team. Leader is a member, is a team member of his own leader's team. But if he becomes the team member, he becomes a member of the team, the results are very drastic. Not drastic, it is like very bad results. Us bad results ko humne sabne face kiya hai. Please try to understand this point. Leader is actually the leader of this team. लीडर इस टीम का लीडर है. अगर वो इसका टीम मेंबर बन जाता है तो डेफिनेटली द फर्स्ट कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस विल बी दैट द पीपल आर नॉट गोइंग टू लिसन टू हिम, दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू वर्क फॉर हिम.
Okay. So I think there is some internet connectivity issue with Manisha ma'am. So we'll connect with her very shortly. So I'm sure that you all are enjoying today's session and it's going fantastic. I would recommend each and every one of you कि अगर आपको सेशन में मजा आ रहा है, देखने में बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है, please share with your family, share with your team members and काफी ज़्यादा मजा आएगा. And Manisha ma'am is back with us. Hi, welcome back, Manisha ma'am.
Okay. I don't know where I was.
So you taught me today that a leader is not part of the subordinate team. He's actually the leader and a part of the leader's team.
Yes. I hope my PPTs are visible.
Yes, yes, it's visible.
ओके ओके बिकॉज अगर हम अपनी टीम जो सबॉर्डिनेट टीम है अगर हम उसका हिस्सा बन जाते हैं सो पीपल आर नॉट गोइंग टू टेक अस सीरियसली, दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू लिसन टू आवर इंस्ट्रक्शंस. हम गुडविल बनाने के नाम पे लोगों को ये भी कह देते हैं नहीं नहीं हम भी तुम्हारी टीम का हिस्सा है, हम सब साथ मिलके काम करेंगे. नो, हम अपनी तुम हमारी टीम का हिस्सा हो, लेकिन हम तुम्हारी टीम का हिस्सा नहीं है, हम अपने बॉस की टीम का हिस्सा है। हो सकता है ना इस लीडर का भी कोई लीडर होगा ऊपर, व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट हायरार्की।
Mm-hmm.
सो ये जो लीडर है ये अपनी बॉस की टीम का हिस्सा है, लेकिन अपने सबॉर्डिनेट की टीम का हिस्सा बनने से वो कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस बहुत बेकार होते हैं, नेगेटिव होते हैं। पीपल डोंट लिसन टू यू, दे डोंट रेस्पेक्ट टू यू। सो काइंडली keep a distance with your team members in terms of that you are a leader and they are the subordinates to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since leader is a part of his boss's team, so where are we going to place the leader in this circle? Naman, I'm asking you, where
So,
we are going to place the leader in this circle? Where
so
should
obviously,
he place himself or herself?
if he is not a part of the team, then we cannot place him in the center or somewhere in the circles. He has to be somewhere above the circle where he can see everything, he can foresee everything, monitor everything. So will
So
that be
let's
correct?
understand. So let's understand what Naman said. Mostly people find that leader should be in the center of the circle. But if I draw this circle on the ground, so we have three axes: x axis, y axis, and z axis. Now, in these three axes, leader should be little above to the ground. That's what Naman is saying.
Yes, ma'am.
Naman, if
Yes,
we are
ma'am.
going, Naman, if we are going to place the leader in the center of the circle, will he
Mhm.
be able to see what all the people are doing in all the three circles? If
No,
leader is in the center circle, center part of the circle, I can show it with my pointer. If people are saying leader should be in the center of the circle, do you think he will be able to see what is happening in all the circles? No, he will not be able to see. So then he should be little above to the circle. But what should be the height of the circle? What should be the height then he should where he should be stand making himself stand? अगर वो थोड़ा सा ऊपर होगा तब भी काम नहीं चलेगा, एंड अगर वो स्काई रॉकेटिंग हाइट पे होगा तो भी नहीं काम चलने वाला है, बिकॉज इतना ऊपर चला गया जेट फ्लाइंग हाइट पे तो उसे कुछ नजर नहीं आएगा. So what I'm trying to say is that he should be actually at the helicoptering height, where he is able to see what is happening in the all the three circles. And the beauty of the helicopter is it can land anywhere. So जब लीडर को ये पता चलता है कि there is a problem in some circle,
Mhm.
he will go take the helicopter, land in that circle, and will come out of that circle, solve the problem and will come out of that circle. If there is a some problem, लोगों में लड़ाई झगड़े हो रहे हैं, टीम मैटर्स बहुत ज्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड हो रहे हैं, जॉब रोल्स बहुत ज्यादा लोगों के वे राउंड हो रहे हैं, he will land into the team circle, solve the things and will come out. So my point is, go into the circle, solve the problem, and again come back to the helicoptering height. So the helicoptering height is where person can see actually what is happening in the circle. He can monitor from there in a much better way.
Perfect,
Am
ma'am.
I making some sense with this?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Okay. So this is a model which was developed by Professor John Adair in Sandhurst University, and it was specially delivered for British Academy for the soldiers initially. Later on, it became so popular that it was brought to corporates, and British Steel was the company who took the pioneer approach to develop its supervisors, managers, and general managers in the steel company to understand this framework and handle the team. Okay. And I'm
Great.
very fortunate enough to work with my managing partner, Mr. Vinod Verma, who was fortunate enough to go to British Steel and learn this whole course. It's a 3-day complete practical course. There's no theory. The only theoretical portion in those 3 days is actually I have shared with you. Rest all is very practical, simulated, task based, experiential learning program where we assign roles to people, different roles, different exercises, and they learn the leadership in the most practical way. Now, I would love to ask you again one question.
Yes, ma'am.
If this helicoptering approach has to be taken by a leader, now
Mm-hmm.
how much time a leader should spend his own time into which circle? How we can decide that? Because there is a danger that people are actually fixed in one circle. So, how much time to spend in which circle? Now, I would love to tell you that what is the danger we face when the person is actually stuck in one circle. Say, for
Mm-hmm.
example, there is one person completely task oriented. Now, what he is, सुबह उठते ही सबसे पहले प्रोडक्शन कितना हुआ, काम कितना पूरा हुआ, कितने यूनिट्स पूरे हुए, कितने क्लाइंट्स और एड ऑन हुए. नाउ हिज रोल इज लाइक काम काम काम. बच्चा बीमार है, छुट्टी चाहिए, शादी है घर में, छुट्टी चाहिए. नो, आई एम ओनली कंसर्न विद वर्क. इनिशियली ही इज कंप्लीटली टास्क ओरिएंटेड. वो खुद भी बहुत टाइम लगाते हैं, एनर्जी लगाते हैं काम में, एंड हिज मेन फोकस इज जस्ट वर्क. Now, what is going to happen? In short term, yes, task will be achieved. People will be really happy with him. But over a period of time, what is going to happen is his team circle and the individual circle will be small because individuals are going to have a very bad relation with him. Now, if most of the individuals will find him a very hard taskmaster, they will not support him. Now, when they are not going to support, the whole team is not going to support, and eventually, what is going to happen is like his task circle will also, with period of long period of time, it will become small. Okay. Now let's take in another example. For example, a person, next person, he is completely a person who loves his team. He needs a lot of followers. His focus is not the work, but his focus is that his team should be happy. Now, when his focus is team, not the task, now what is going to happen is, now most of the time he is going to think about his people. मुझे भी छुट्टी चाहिए, मेरे घर में भी शादी है, मेरे घर में भी बच्चा बीमार है, मेरी भी एनिवर्सरी है. He will attend all the applications, all the problems of people. Now, if people are busy in their own work, what is going to suffer? The task.
Yes.
His objective is like, let's have lot of Facebook like in my post. If I have done some kind of post, how many likes my people have given to me. ओके ऐसे लोग ना कंपनी में बहुत फेमस होते हैं बिकॉज उनके जो जूनियर्स होते हैं ना वो उनकी बहुत तारीफ करते रहते हैं एवरीवेयर. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू, एंड यू शुड बी रियली कॉशियस अबाउट देम, most of the people who are very popular, check how about their results. When quarterly review meeting aati hai, performance review meeting aati hai, you will find them that this is the person who has created lot of over budgets, who has not completed the task in the deadlines, who is not taking charge of the cost. Now this over budget, cost, time, उसके प्रोजेक्ट में सबसे ज्यादा क्वालिटी इश्यूज हैं. So be careful. People who are very popular in the organization, it is not important that they are actually good performers also. They have a big team circle. But over a period of time, in long runs, what is going to happen? Because they are not achieving results, इसकी टीम के सारे increments, promotions रुकेंगे. Individuals will not be happy. और टास्क भी अचीव नहीं होगा क्योंकि वो तो पॉपुलैरिटी बिजनेस में ज्यादा चल रहा है ना. सो over a period of time, people in his team will not be happy with him, और उसका फिर टीम सर्कल भी shrink हो जाएगा.
Yes.
The third case, the third case. Now, कुछ लोग ऐसे होते हैं कंपनी में who are sitting at the leadership positions and they love people. So they have made, and what kind of people they love? They made some blue-eyed boys from their subordinates. So उससे पूछेंगे तेरा कुत्ता कैसा है, तेरे पापा कैसे, तेरी मम्मी कैसे, तेरे घर में कोई तकलीफ तो नहीं है. सारी कहानियां उनकी सुनना पसंद करेंगे और सारी अपनी कहानियां सुनाना पसंद करेंगे. So when in the team, any leader who select few blue-eyed boys, ट्रेनिंग हो जाएगा, छुट्टियां उसके blue-eyed boys को मिलेगी. तो बाकी टीम मेंबर्स का क्या होता है? बाकी टीम मेंबर्स ना रेड आइड बॉयज बन जाते हैं ना. ऐसे लोगों का जो पार्शियलिटी गेम खेलते हैं, उनका इंडिविजुअल सर्कल इनिशियली बड़ा होता है, लेकिन टीम सर्कल क्या होगा? इवेंचुअली ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम वो छोटा हो जाता है. और जब टीम काम नहीं करेगी आपको सपोर्ट करके, तो आपका टास्क सर्कल ऑब्वियसली छोटा होगा. सो इन ऑल, that person will also not be able to perform in a good way. So Naman, there is always a problem if you are fixed in one circle, and
Yes.
if you are really not conscious enough, chances are high that you are actually fixed. That if you are not conscious enough that how much time you are spending in which circle and how much time you are doing helicoptering, chances are really very high that you are actually stuck in one circle. And from this approach only the thing comes of the next approach comes, that is the style school of thoughts, leadership styles.
Okay.
Thought process जो है ना, which is autocratic, democratic and laissez faire. Like this concept comes from non-awareness of the person that actually what he is doing. So as a leader, now what I am sharing in the most practical way with you is keep yourself at helicoptering approach in these three circles. Be at little height. Don't involve yourself too much into one circle. Then get the things done and come back. Solve the problems of the team, come back. Solve the issues of the individuals, which you have to talk to them individually, and come back to the helicoptering height, where you can, from where you can do monitoring, you can have daily reports, you can have deadlines, you can have meetings, you can have performance reviews, sitting at the helicoptering approach. This is called action-centered leadership.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. Great, ma'am. So, basically, I have a few questions, if you please allow.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. So, basically, what happens is, you can close the PPT, like,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
Great, ma'am. So basically, what happens is, like, so there are some questions which we got offline, since like a lot of managers, they did not want to like post it live. So basically what happens is, जैसे अभी दिवाली आ रही है, ठीक है, so what happens is कि कुछ सबॉर्डिनेट्स और कुछ टीम मेंबर्स होते हैं, दे आर वेरी रिलक्टेंट, बिकॉज दिवाली में क्या होता है, यूजुअली प्रेशर बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ जाता है, देयर इज क्लाइंट वर्क का काफी ज्यादा वर्कलोड बढ़ जाता है. So how to manage in that situation कि हाँ, that leader should guide them properly, कि they should make them understand कि हाँ ये दिवाली का काम है, और how to manage, because the employee or the subordinate eventually thinks कि ये क्या हो रहा है, क्यों हो रहा है, मेरा वर्कलोड क्यों बढ़ाया जा रहा है एकदम से. So I think there is some issue with Manisha ma'am's internet connection. She'll be connecting back. Also, like, we got it that it was a fantastic session. आपके जितने भी questions है आप comment box में भर दीजिए. We'll be happy to answer them. Our expert will be more than happy to answer them. So it'll be fantastic. Just put in the comments, and this is a lifetime opportunity that you'll be getting. So do not miss this chance, because it is going to be a one lifetime opportunity. It is available live with you. आपके जो भी क्वेश्चंस है आप उनसे पूछिए and we'll be happy to answer them. And also एक बहुत ही ज्यादा important चीज है जो आपको ध्यान में रखनी है. So I तो learned a lot, like being a middle level manager. I to learned a lot that how to handle the team, how to handle them with care, what things are required, what things are not required, and I'm sure आपने भी काफी कुछ सीखा होगा. If you have more doubts about that, then our supporting partner today is Manuin Consulting. Their website and mobile number is shown on the screen, so you can go to their website for more information. Also, अभी हमारे पास एक 10 मिनट का स्लॉट सिर्फ स्पेशली आपके रिक्वेस्ट के लिए रखा गया है लाइव शो पे, where you can type in the questions and just fill the comment box, and our expert said that she'll be very happy to answer them. So बहुत मजा आएगा, बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चंस. एंड हो सकता है कि ये लाइव सेशन आपके किसी फ्रेंड्स ने, फैमिली ने मिस कर दिया हो. So do not worry about that. These live sessions will be recorded and posted on the YouTube channel and Facebook page of IFW Web Studio, so you can access it from there. Manisha ma'am has joined back. Welcome back, Manisha ma'am.
Thank you, thank you. I don't know what happened. Suddenly I
That's,
got
that's
disconnected.
absolutely fine. Ma'am. That's absolutely fine. So basically, we have a question from our audience. So they're
Mhm.
asking that what makes a leader great? What exactly makes a leader great? What
Your
is definitely
constant your constant achievement of the task will make you great. Constant achievement of the task, whichever project which is coming to you, if you are constantly able to achieve them in terms of effective cost, quality, and time with three parameters, you are the winner of the game.
definitely great, ma'am. And also sometimes what happens is we get that you shouldn't be always part of your team because managers are a part of their leaders team. So is it always necessary to maintain relationships? Because like we believe that maintaining relationships is very much important to get one particular work done. Because I'll give you a practical example. So कभी कभार क्या होता है, like we have work timings from 10 to 7. Okay, हो सकता है there are some client requirements at 9 p.m. So we try to solve it on our own जितना possible हो सकता है, but there are some times, or there are some times where we have to involve team. Because especially when we are talking about IFW Web Studio, we never feel to get our clients disappointed. So here, like how should we manage the team? How should we make them understand? Because we as managers understand कि हाँ ये भी जरूरी है, but how to make the team understand that?
Okay. So that understanding, see, for that na Naman, if you are a leader, you first have to prove the commitment and sense of responsibility always towards the client, towards the servicing you are sharing with the world. Once if you are committed, definitely your team will follow you. Okay. Now the next thing, I don't say that you don't need to maintain relationship. In fact, bonding with the team, building with the team is the priority of the leader. For that, if 10 to 7 is the working hours, so be sure you are a professional, so that 10 to 7 you are taking the best use of them. And in the evening, please chill out with your people, have social gatherings with the team members. There you are not going to talk anything about profession, you will be more like a buddy partner to them. But when it is again morning 10 o'clock, you have to be again a strict professional, disciplined professional. Now your question back, that yes, if you have a commitment that you are ready to attend the client at 9 o'clock, if your team members are not doing it, that commitment which you show constantly will be imbibed them in slowly in their genes also. If
Correct,
my
correct.
boss can do it, I should do it. So you have to first showcase that what is your commitment level to that particular job.
Correct. Absolutely, ma'am. So we have more questions, but since we are running very short of time, and since we are since I know that you have very tight schedule, Dr. Manisha, so just want to conclude the show by taking your final remarks to our audience. Anything you'd like to add on?
Just that, be focused on the work. And if you guys have any issues, any problems, connect with me. I always prefer in this COVID situation, I have started one thing, that 30 minutes free session. Any manager, general manager, or any professional business owner feels like if I can help them in their team issues, I would really love to come up with. So they can connect with me with Manvin Consulting face or Dr. Manisha Agarwal's interface.
That's fantastic, ma'am. So that was a fantastic session, and thank you once again for accepting our invitation. And it was a wonderful
Thank
show,
you,
wonderful
Naman.
with us.
Thank you,
So
Naman. It was really wonderful for me also to be with your platform.
great, fantastic. So just want to say to our audience कि अपना ध्यान रखिए. आज आपने बहुत सारी नई नई चीजें सीखी है, ठीक है. You now know how to build high performing and long lasting teams. So just implement that
And
in.
do helicoptering.
Yeah, definitely do it. Do
Do
helicoptering.
helicoptering.
Yeah, fantastic. So आज आज actually मैंने काफी कुछ नया सीखा है. So my today's status will be helicoptering, and obviously if I face any problem, or if my audience is going to face any problem, they are always going to
Yeah,
Dr.
sure.
Manisha Agarwal.
I am there. Yeah.
Fantastic. So thank you so much everyone for staying with us. Next week we'll be back again on Friday. Next Friday छोटी दिवाली आ रही है, so there is going to be something special for you all. आप wait करते रहिए next Friday at 8 p.m. This is Naman Singhal signing off from today's show. Have a good evening everyone and enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Manisha.
Thank you, Naman. Nice connecting with you. Thank you.